Hello, welcome to today's full moon pick a pile reading for what you need to release and let go. I wanted to do that because it's a really good time during the full moon to help release anything that you've been needing to let go that no longer serves you. Today I will be using both my decks. There is the Radleigh Valentine one, the fairy deck, as well as the Rider-Waite original style deck. And I have picked two different crystals for today. For the pile number one, for the very Radleigh deck, we have Amethyst, which is good for peace and removes negative energy, as well as I've chosen for deck number two the Unakite, which is for self-awareness and self-love, which is also good. Speaking of crystals, make sure that you charge them overnight if possible, if not, as long as you can, out underneath the full moon, and watch out for sunshine for these, because some crystals don't like sunshine, like aquamarine and amethyst. Either way, if you want to pause here and pick which one, or down below I'll have the timestamps, and I'll get right into reading for pile number one. So welcome pile number one. If you've chosen the Amethyst with the fairy deck, we're going to look into what it is that you need to be releasing for full moons. It's the first 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after that you get the really intense energy for it, helping let things go. So over the next 3 days, you can look for I'm hoping to give you some insight on what it is you need to let go. So let's do this. Pile number one, what do they need to let go? Pile number one. Full moon. Need to let go. Number one. Full moon reading. Alright. Feeling some anxious energy from the start. Okay. 8 of winter, 2 of winter, 5 of summer, 9 of winter, and Prince of winter. Princess of spring for confirmation card, and 6 of spring for the underlining energy, which inside of the regular deck is springtime is cups, so that's the 6 of cups. And let's start off here. So it seems like you have a lot going on in your mind, and it looks like you need to let go, not to get ahead of myself, of indecisiveness is the word I'm looking for. It seems like during the next little bit you should work on letting go of your indecisiveness. We have a lot of winter, which is swords inside of the regular card decks. 8 of winter. see if I can get it to show there properly. Oh. It says, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you are not. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So if you look at her, she's sitting out on her own, a little isolated there, and she looks like she's trapped there. But in all honesty, you can see she has her own wings, and she could just fly over to the other side at any time she chooses to. But it's not a gender reading, so you could be male if you are. At this time, it's I also want to point out that that there's a big old crown there, and it looks like, you know, they 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 show up. They walk into a room and everyone notices, even though they don't want to notice themselves, because that's what it shows like to me. Just because this looks sort of like peacocking, which is like very attracting of one another. It's a term used amongst some of the young kids. We have Two of Swords, which of Two Winters, which is usually Two of Swords, where you have two decisions. And it looks like whoever in this reading, you might be deciding between two different instruments that you might want to be doing, or two different courses that you might want to do, two different career options. And it says indecision is holding you back, which is the indecisiveness I mentioned earlier. Making the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. So feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. And that's the thing that you're going to really need to work on for letting go during this next full moon. And the intentions will be able to be set in the next 3 days. So make sure you set down your intentions, meditate on it, what you want to release, find guidance inside of yourself on which choice is the best for you, so that you can move on from feeling stuck, from not moving forward with your passion. Five of Summer is usually the Five of Pentacles. So I'm seeing maybe it has to do with money or finances, and maybe you might, between the careers, you might have to leave a job. But it looks here that trust that there's a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from negative emotions, such as the fact that you're worried about whether or not it will be a good move for you with the emotional and intellectual part. Focus on what frightens you and worries you. What are you worried about? Is it because you don't think that you can do it? Because you don't always have to be good at things to start out with them. Just try, and if you're passionate about it, at least you'll be having a good time, and that's always awesome. The next one says here for the advice is Nine of Winter, which is Nine of Swords, and that's like thoughts, words, and actions, and usually air signs. So I could be dealing with an air sign here. It says unfounded fear, all that lack of all that worry of loss of changing careers, or loss of all the years that you already practiced at something, I'm getting, and you feel like you it's wasted, but it's not. You still have that transferable knowledge. You'll still be able to use it in whatever else you decide to do. And it says that you're going to be successful at it, because all the fears of of not knowing what to do and focusing on the worst case scenario, allowing worries to grow out of proportion to a problem. You know, I feel like with the moon, who's someone who might be very intuitive and have psychic abilities, I feel like you're gonna know the right way. And with the doves down here, I feel like you're being divinely guided towards your path anyhow. So once you sit down with yourself and look inwards, I think you're gonna get the answers and things are gonna move forward for you after this full moon energy. The final card here is the Prince of Winter, which is yet another sword. Intellectual, determined, focused, impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. So I think with this full moon energy, you already know that you need to make a decision and you're working on it. I think it's just going to get amplified at this point. And if you feel like if switching over between two or one or the other, or the one that you're with or the one that you want to do, maybe take a small class instead of doing anything drastic. Find out if you like it. Like if it's for an instrument, you can practice for a while. I don't know if they have that anymore. But you can always watch online to see how long and what the instruments play like and how many hours to like practice, not to like worry you about the time and the process of it, but to know what's going to be expected of you in order to get better at something you're new at. Like if you want to go into acting or anything else like that, then improv would be something to look into, a class. Or if you want to be more confident and assertive class, there's a lot of different things there. But over the next little bit for the full moon, I think what you need to let go the most of is indecisiveness, and sit with yourself and know that you're gonna do okay. That's what I'm getting from the guys here. And the amethyst, maybe if you have one, carry it around with you, but it means to promote peace within yourself and remove negative energy, which it seems like you can use a little at this time. That's okay. Everyone needs help every now and then. I use my crystals, take them around me every day when I need them for their purposes. The confirmation card is the Princess of Spring, and it says optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. And spring is it's cups, which is intuitiveness, emotion, creativity. So it's saying you are creative. You're gonna be able to get a hold of it and just really rein in all of your skills and talents and put to good use all the things that you've studied before. And it says it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizon. Let your creativity take flight, which is exactly what she's doing. She's having fun, even though she has wings, she's on a swing, and she's surrounded by beautiful butterflies. And yeah, I think this was a really good message. Over the next little bit, just work on, looking into yourself for that guidance on what you've been indecisive with. It seems like it has a lot to do with just putting everything into thought and all your thoughts into actions with all these swords. And that regardless of the money or the finances or the work that has to go into it, you're gonna have fun living your dream. with this spring here, which is a ruler of emotions. Oh, and on the bottom here, sorry, 6 of Springs, which is still the cups, 6 of Cups. Wonderful news is on the way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. And you can see her gallivanting off on her unicorn, just waving her banner, which is everyone can have their own, whatever it is. It's her dream. And it looks like with those lights around her, it looks like a lot of support and or ancestral and guides. So you have a lot of support, whomever that may be from. And it says under that, they wanted me to point out that 8 of Autumn, which is do more research before proceeding, educate in the form of seminars, go back to school, or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. So I'm going to close off because it seems like we got what we needed here. And I'm just going to pull some inspiration cards for you. And a few of my letters and symbols box. So we'll do the inspirational messages first. Okay. Inspirational messages for pile number 1 on what they need to release on full moon. Releasing for pile 1, this one. Okay. Releasing pile 1. Full moon energy. Is that all? Or one more? That's all? Okay. We have some days are hopscotch day kind of days. Some days are getting nailed at dodgeball kinds of days. But all days are lessons. And all days are a time for playing. So regardless of whether it's an extreme contact sport or a leisurely skip down the street, I think that you're going to take it day to day and be successful anyways. It says here next that it's not the things we do in life that wears us down, it's what we don't do. So, you know, it's better to have tried and just not be your thing, or never try it and end up regretting it, which is super hard, especially if it's your dream. So the last one says, the only thing more important than liking what you do is liking who you're doing it with. So maybe if you don't want to do it alone and start trying a new thing, maybe get someone who's like your friend if you're going to go start a business or go to anywhere, like the improv class or assertive class, anything, so you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. It seems like you had support there from the 6 of Cups with those lights shining all around. So I think that you should go for it, but you should still ask your inner self because you do have free will. And this is really awesome. Good job, everyone. You can do this. Pile number 1 for full moon releasing. July Aquarius moon. Is that all? No, these 2. Any more? No, no, not today. Okay. They gave me the cry face laughing emoji. So, like, dare to be different and laugh at your mistakes. Not everyone's perfect. Even if you're trying something new and it turns out that it's just not your thing, and just have a laugh about it. Have a good time. Give yourself permission to have fun. And they gave me here the letters S, H, E, G. She. Maybe S-A, so maybe there could be a Sagittarius here with the S and G. I got that. And H-O-S-E. Maybe someone's was like wanting to choose between living somewhere now or living somewhere afterwards. Or maybe they're just feeling like they have a hard time because they have H-O-S. They have like your new house or a new place to live, a new apartment, anywhere. This has to do with home. Or maybe you guys are watering your plants while you're listening to this. I have hose. But yeah, no, if maybe it could be initials here. That's H, S, E, and G. Hedges. When you're refining a skill, so trim the hedges, make it all smooth and neat, and like before you become presentable. Hedges are wildly grown at the beginning. It's not all neat and put together. So that's number signs. So maybe you're setting up a security system for your house because we have this is used a lot, the pound sign, or maybe you have an important phone call to make. And I have the number 1 and 6. So if those numbers are important to you. But yeah, no, that's everything. Thank you for watching pile number 1. I hope you found the insight that you were looking for. If you want, you can leave a like below and subscribe. That would be much appreciated, and let me know in the comments if you felt it resonated. Enjoy your full moon, and thank you for stopping by. I'm going to move on to group number 2. All right. Group number 2. If you pick the Unakite, promotes self-awareness and self-love. Also, we'll find out what you need to release during this full moon stage in Aquarius. I know that there is some, don't forget to cleanse your crystals under the moon. And beware of those who don't like the crystals that don't like being in the sun, like aquamarine and amethyst. I told pile number 1 that, so I just wanted to make sure. We'll be going over what you need to release. It's best to set those intentions during the full moon. So pile number 2, what do they need to release during this full moon time? Pile number 2. Seems whoever it is highly intuitive, or a Pisces, and someone highly intuitive, high priestess in the full moon, or Pisces moon. working with the intuition and psychic abilities from the moon. Let's see. Okay. Group number 2. Group number 2. Number 2. I'm just going to put that on the side. There's, we have here 2 major arcana, the Emperor and Empress. So that's mirroring energy I see here. It could be an Aries or what is it? Earth signs from the Pentacles. Yeah, we have a King of Wands, which is Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces. And so wands are about energy, manifestation, and passion. So it looks like you're working on manifesting your passions, but it looks like you right at this time you need to like remember that you're allowed to rest, and that's what this full moon is going to be about. Is intuitively I'm getting that you need to rest more, even though you've been working super hard, because we have the 7 of Pentacles here. So you're having wish fulfillment coming in, and you've harvested this first one here, and you're looking at it, waiting earnestly, thinking that if you work harder, it'll come in faster, but some things takes time, and during that time you get to rest. I could be talking about someone with reddish auburn hair and dark light eyes, as well as a dark complexion with dark brown hair and dark eyes. Whomever it is, it seems like you're doing a very good job at going towards your passion, but what you need to release right now is the fact that you're overworking. And it's like you have super awesome energy. So you're really balanced your masculine and feminine side, which every person has a masculine and feminine part. So that's good energy. So the next little bit, I would just pamper yourself and release anything, do something that you like to do, because you're a hard worker. And I see here with this little lizard, I always see him, but it reminds me in the top corner here this time that there's like cats, 2 of them, that you might be playing with, or that you have a lizard that you live with as well. Any kind of pet really that seems like do something with them. They seem to miss you playing. So I get that too. And sorry, I just need to take a second there. I was talking and I'm getting a dry throat. Okay. They want me to show you that the person sleeping in bed and wishing for a fun time and super in their head with the swords. But really, if you just open your eyes and take a moment to rest so you don't feel depleted and colorless, that you would feel like this because it's within your reach. You just have to, you know, get rest and not feel like you need to work more and more until life becomes colorless. I think it's safe to say that we know that is for full moon, for pile number 2, is that you need to give yourself a pat on the back and take some rest for a while. I'm going to move on to pulling some inspirational cards and then some of my symbols and numbers and whatnot for you as well. And again, that was the Unakite self-awareness and self-love. So if you want to possibly, if you have one, carry it around with you and set your intentions over the full moon, that could be good for you. All right. Pile number 2. Oh. Pile number 2. Pile. Okay. Pile. Okay. Is that enough? Yes? Okay. All right. It says here, good things come to those who love. I think you have a lot of love to give, and maybe just relaxing, because that's part of self-love. You can just work on that over the full moon and into next month, and I think you can do that. Keep people in our hearts because it's safe there and full of love. Don't shy away from people and let them know that you need to relax. They love you, and the good people who you keep close to your heart will want you to relax too and take the time to give yourself self-love. And for those who don't, you self-love of boundaries. You can definitely do that. The stuff that wears on your nerves polishes the soul. So being patient for me and waiting for things to unfold naturally like a flower blooming gets on my nerves. It can wear on it. So I can understand if you being patient at this time is hard for you. But it will, working on your patience is such a beautiful thing, because when you accomplished working on it over the years and getting better at it, then you become unbothered. And if you're unbothered, then it can be very peaceful for you. Anyways, I'm gonna move on and pick out a few bad boys. Okay, pile number 2 for me. Oh, no. Pile number 2 for me. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. They want me to tell you that relaxing is something worth smiling about. And when you smile about it, then it will bring more things to smile about and more relaxation. So don't think of relaxing as a punishment. It's got Jay-Z here, so maybe someone's a Jay-Z fan. Or your name is Jazz, or you like jazz, and maybe that's something that you want to do to help you relax and have some downtime away from working. There's an @ sign, so maybe there's something you just would rather be at doing when you are working, whatever it is you're thinking that you would rather be doing at that moment. Maybe try doing that to help you relax, because now's the time. It's saying that you've done the work and you just have to wait for everything to come in. Give yourself a little time to be at what you want to. It has pound sign again, so maybe no, I don't feel alarm system for it this time. I feel like you've been pounding the grindstone for too long, and if you keep doing that, you're going to break your tools, and you are your tools. Don't misuse them. Don't misuse yourself. And yeah, so maybe you have initials with J or Z in it, or something important that you want to do, jazzercise or something like that, to help you, get out there and do something fun. Relaxing is worth smiling about. Anyways, enjoy your full moon. Thank you for watching all the way through if you have. Thank you for staying for the video for pile number 2. I hope you got the insight you needed, and I will see you next time. Like and subscribe and comment if you'd like below. Enjoy the rest of your day.